What's going on YouTube? Certified Z-Boy here, bro. We're back in action. I know it's been a long ass time, but we're back in action. I know, yeah, last time we was, last video we was starting the 2J build. Damn, it's bright as hell out here. Hold on. Dang. There we go. But last time we checked back, we was getting the Z together. We was getting the Z back together, getting the Z ready for the 2J swap. And as you can see, my truck is no longer in the garage. So during that time frame, we did get the truck back running. We got engine built, put in, back together. So hold on, let me grab my keys real quick. Oh, got them in my pocket. So yeah, truck is officially out the garage. Tires are kind of flat, but I think it's because they're leaking. They need new tires and stuff, but it's back together. Say hello to the puppies. But truck is back together. So yeah, let's go ahead and see if we can get this dude started. Because I think the battery might be dead, but we'll go ahead and see. Yep, battery is definitely dead. But it's alright. We got a jump box. Also bought some damn jumper cables. These things were 60 bucks. It's crazy. But got jump box. Alright, let's see. Up real quick. Definitely need to top this up with coolant probably. I think I got some coolant in the house. Let's see. We got some coolant. I know we got some coolant somewhere in here. Just gotta find it. I definitely need to clean out my garage. That is next on the list. But I think this is it. Oh, there's nothing in there. I think this is it. Coolant. But yeah, next I think I already took it for a drive, so now I think I gotta just I'm gonna put you guys down real quick. I'll be right back. Let me put this in. Got the coolant in there. Put this top back on. All right. Time to get this started. And we're gonna start the hole. Let's see. Oh, nothing. Oh, let's see. Maybe the jump box not hooked up all the way. Let's see. Oh yeah, definitely battery's dead. Gotta get the bit started. I'm gonna turn it off. Okay. Take this off. Put this on. There we go. The alarm about to go off. Watch. Oh, bitch ain't go off this time. I got the key in there. Hold on. Oh, there it go. Alright. We got that bit. We got some juice. We're gonna see what it bit crank. Boom. Smooth. All pressure. Charging the battery. No know, check engine light. Gotta need some gas, but that motherfucker running. Stage 2 cam. LS7 lifters. We in this bitch. I definitely need to clean it up. I gotta get the DOD deactivated and tuned off the car. But once I do that, should be good to go. See if we can get this heat to work. Yeah, purring. We purring. No knobs, no grinds, no ticking, no nothing. Just straight purring. Ain't got no leaks. So we in there. Gonna let that run for a little bit. Let it warm up, let the battery charge a little bit. So we're just gonna leave that right there. But back to the start of the show, like I was saying, we got our 350Z that's getting a 2J in it. Back to the start of the show. So yeah, we know it's been a minute. So there's a couple things that has been done to the vehicle. So now we do, if I sit in here real quick, we do have a shifter now. Goes through all the gears. Reverse, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Got a shifter, yes sir. Shifter and everything is in there. And just bought some power steering stuff, power steering lines and stuff like that, fittings. All right, we back, but got the camera around, so got some fittings and power steering fittings. So basically, I was gonna run the factory manifold with the crossover, basically with the crossover that comes out here, but it actually hits the exhaust manifold, and I won't be able to run the Audi coils with that manifold. So that idea is scrapped, but do have fuel pressure regulator hooked up. This is not gonna stay like this. I just wanted to see if I could connect it like that, but I still had to put an E85 sensor and a fuel inline fuel filter on those lines. Probably gonna have to remove this. I ordered the little piece that goes on top of the pump, so you can, you know, move this out the way, because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to use a front facing intake manifold. I gotta remove, so basically all this stuff has to come, like, literally it looks cool now, you know, it gives you that good feeling of, you know, oh, car's somewhat together, but basically gonna have to take all this stuff apart. So I'm gonna just basically, once we're gonna go turn the truck off, and then we'll probably get to it and start tearing all this stuff back down, because basically gotta take that off, clearance the wall for the turbo, because the turbo's like just this, like hitting like this much. So I'm gonna gotta clearance that, gotta move the power steering reservoir, I gotta pull the turbo manifold and the turbo back off. I gotta put in the turbo drain bone, which it was right here. It might be in here. Let's see. Oh yeah, definitely screws in here. Let's see. Yeah, I drilled the hole small enough to where I could just screw this in there. I think I'm probably gonna put some like gasket maker or something on it so it doesn't leak. I don't know if you can see down there. But the bung's in there. It's kind of hard to get out because you gotta like twist it. There we go. I put threads in it, but got the bung. Probably put some JB Weld on this or something and just screw it in there and hopefully it doesn't leak and go about that. Cause definitely don't want to cut inside the pan. I have to get clearance some part inside the pan due to the nut that's supposed to go on the other side of that not being able to work. So basically, gotta get this on. Gotta get this installed. Gotta take all this. Basically, take all the front end and stuff apart again. Take turbo off, turbo manifold off. Gotta wait for that fitting. Then all we need really, once we get the intake manifold and all that other stuff, I was gonna run my 350Z radiator and just get an aluminum one, but due to the outlets and not wanting to, you know, change where the outlets and inlets are, I'm gonna just probably try to get a IS300 or a GS300 radiator and see if that fits, because I looked up the dimensions and the dimensions are pretty much almost the same. I think just the mounting points are different. So if I could just make up some mounting points on this thing with the GS300 radiator or IS300 radiator, it'll basically, I might have to shorten the hoses a little bit, but it should, it should line right up. But yeah, so let me go check on the truck. So let me go check on this truck and then we'll start tearing this stuff back down. All right, I'll be back with you guys. All right, so we're back in the truck. It's it's getting up there, but for some reason it gets a little before half and it stops. But my oil pressure dropped a little bit. I need to change my oil. But yeah, no check engine light still. Need some gas. But what I think is happening is that my thermostat is not opening. Even though it's not overheating, this bottom hose is still cold. And one of the heater core hoses is still cold as well. So top hose is firm and warm. Bottom hose is just nothing. So I think the thermostat is probably not opening all the way or something like that, but we'll get that figured out and changed out. But hey, been running for a minute, hasn't overheated, definitely chops a little bit, definitely need a tune so I can get it chopping a little harder. But yes sir, Snow White is back on the road. She is back running. All right, and we're back. Got the whole front end tore back down. Now we just gotta get some of this stuff off. All right, we're gonna have to take this turbo off. As you can see, I can't even clock it. Like, it wants to move, but it's literally hitting this firewall where this brake line comes out, and I hope it doesn't pinch that line. So let's go ahead and take that off. Take this off, exhaust manifold off, and we should be good. Let me set you guys up. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's see. And there we go. You might not be able to see, but I'm sure you can see me. That's all that really matters. Take these bolts off. It's really hard to get to. Let me see, what size bolt is this? And it's number 13. Let's see if I can just get them off my hand. I did. There we go. So these are 16s. Size one nuts. the back one on, I'll probably be able to get these side tubes on with a wrench, but these other two I can get over to drop the bolt. Pull the nut and the turbo off at the same time. Woo. And boom. Big Dad. This thing's a little dirty. Need to clean it off. Hand touching it and it hitting the firewall. But as you can see, it was loose. But it wasn't turned, because it was hitting this firewall. Let's put that down. Big jaw. Big John. So, got a turbo manifold. How to get a spacer. Got this thick jaw, because turbo, basically where the manifold sits, it sits really low, and the turbo hits the manifold if you just set the turbo on there. So had to get that manifold. I mean, had to get this little steel spacer. I got gaskets for both sides. It was just in there for mock-up purposes. So we're gonna put these nuts back on there. Also need to put something on these studs, because these studs act like they don't know what's going on. See, and then it's like the stud want to drill go all the way through. So I think I might need to get some thicker studs that fit a little bit more tightly, or put some Loctite on these so they don't loosen up. But all right, let's get this intake manifold off. Let's try socket. What do we do with the socket we just had? Thought we put it on the table. It's 13, see, it's 13 to fit. And it's not long enough. Go back over to, let's get over to the toolbox. See, we got another, what did I do with that socket? Here's that 14 I had. All right, let's take that off. We got that on, so let's see. Take this. I'm gonna put you guys down because I need my other hand. I'm gonna put you guys up here. There we go. Hey, you guys can see me. All right, let's go. Let's take this turbo manifold off. Screws off. I'm already screwed, just this one nut. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to push that in a little bit. Hope it doesn't, you know, it's not gonna hurt anything, but alright, let's take this off. Push down. Take the stud out too, because gotta take studs out because it's not gonna come out if you don't take studs out. It's crazy. Crazy. Fitment issues are definitely real. Let's see if we can get the boom. CX manifold. I was gonna get the other one, but the other one looked kind of cheap, and this one looks like, you know, it'll hold up for at least a little bit. It's not no crazy burrs or nothing in it, so yeah. 2JZGE turbo manifold. That's a lot of work trying to get that up. All right. So now we can see where that turbo line is supposed to go. It's supposed to go down in here. I think I might just put some JB Weld in that and screw that bitch in and hope for the best. If it leaks, if it ends up leaking, we'll weld it. But if it doesn't leak, we'll send it. But probably gonna do the same thing with this intake manifold. I got one of those bolt-on front-facing manifolds on the way. I'm told that you gotta weld them or they'll leak if you put too much boost in them. But I'm just gonna gasket it. I'm probably gonna I'll see if I can Loctite the bolts and see if put a layer of JB Weld in between it as a gasket and see if that'll hold at least. Because I mean, I'm not running a whole lot of boost thing. We're not going to be running like 20, 30 pounds of boost, probably like 15, 16. Enough to get us about 400 horsepower. So that should be good enough to hold 400. So let's see if we can, so I guess let's see if that works. Let's mix up some JB Weld. We also got to take this off. Because I know for a fact that this, if it's like coming off straight here, it's definitely going to hit this. So we're going to take that off. We do have the little fitting in here for an AN line to the rack. So we're going to take this reservoir off real quick. I think it's just a couple 12s right here. And it should just pop out. And we should be good. And then we're gonna mix up some JB Weld, put that bung in. And show you guys the fans. I'm also gonna show you guys the fans that I bought because I want to use my factory core support. So I'm gonna try to fit the fans in these little holes right here on the outside of the radiator. But I do have some fans for that. Just give me one. All right, so here we're back. We got a 12-inch DNA motoring fan for one side, and then we got a 9-inch on the other side. Because I don't think those holes are the same size. Measured them, not the same size, I don't believe. So we can keep that. We're gonna just run 2 different size fans. I'm pretty sure it shouldn't be an issue. As long as we got, you know, enough pullage through the radiator. But yeah, so let me mix up some JB Weld, get that in there, take that off, and yeah, take the power steering pump off, mix up some JB Weld to put into that bong, and we should be good. But hey, if there be a wrong, we're wrong. Because I know there's certain ways you're supposed to do that. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to weld that bong to the oil pan. But I don't know how to weld. And I don't have money for a welder at the moment. So we'll just have to do it twice if it messes up. So then we'll learn. If it does leak, we'll just learn how to weld. And then we'll go ahead and weld it. But until then, we're going to just try to put some JB Weld on some of these things. And hopefully they don't leak. All right. We got some JB Weld right here. JB Weld steel. Let me focus. Steel reinforced epoxy. We're just gonna put some epoxy on there and hopefully that bitch stay. Cause I mean it screws into the hole. The hole is threaded, but it's not very thick. So I'm not expecting it just to hold itself in place. So I'm gonna put some JB Weld on that and hope for the best. Cause I wish I could. Because honestly, guys, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm trying to do this just for as cheap as possible, especially in 2025 when JZ parts are robbing everybody blind. So try to save costs where I can. Just have to spend money where I can't and go from there. So this hopefully works. So let's get to mixing this JB Weld. All right, comes out like that. It's a little like 2-part stuff. Let's put this little cap back on. Oh, I definitely need my camera because filming on this iPhone is crazy. Yeah, I gave my sister back her camera, so I gotta kind of buy another one. But we will continue on the iPhone and hopefully this. All right, we got a little card. Cards Against Humanity card. Dropping stuff and knocking everything over. So we're gonna use this. Let's goodness, can't use trying to record on one hand. It's crazy. Hold on, I'm gonna put you guys right here. Let me mix this. Fingers. Just spread it out. I don't want air bubbles. Alright, we got it. Oh my goodness, I can't speak today. A generous amount on there. So, oh my goodness, trying to do this with one hand is kind of crazy. So, take the bolt. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this card. We're gonna scoop up something like that, and we're gonna put it on the inside of the bolt. Literally, like right where it sits up against the face. I'm trying to do this in one hand. It's crazy. But I'm gonna put you guys down. Boom, like that. Let's get the excess off. And we're gonna take this. Put that off. Basically take that. Let that focus, take that. And screw this hole into there. Like so. Let's see if we can get that bit in there. Let me go in sometime. There you go. I want that bit. Doing like that. Let's get it. See if we get it on there. Get the doggos yelling. I'm not sure what they're yelling about. Screw that in there. And basically, it should sit like that. You see it coming out the little ends. We're gonna take a little bit more. And see, we just take that. Down. And just around where, you know, it sits at. Alright. Now we got the JB Weld on there. Let's clean off the threads so that JB Weld don't fuck up the threads. We'll mess up the threads. We'll put a little towel right here. Wipe all this stuff off. Clean it real quick. Nothing on the threads. And then we just get that 24 hours secure, and that should be it. It should stay right there. Alright. Clean all that stuff off my hands. So now that that's on, I do need to go to the junkyard sometime soon, so I'll probably continue this video when we go over there, because I probably gotta get, there's a fitting. I don't know if you guys can see it down there. Probably can't see it from here. But there's a fitting on the 350Zs that goes behind. See where that fitting is right there? That silver fitting. I don't know if you can see that. But there's a fitting. This fitting right here. This comes and we connect this fitting to this one. And there's another fitting that comes on the 350Zs on the other side. Can't really see it, my fingers on it, but on this side, and basically oh, that's why it's a little tiny hole. Let's see if we can use the little side and get that in there. Looks like it's all right. So it looks like that does fit. So what we're gonna do is, let's see, this one's a little smaller. This size is a bit different. So oh, nice. With my fingers, and I can get it out. There you go. Yeah, definitely it's not threaded in right, so let's try the other one. Yeah, that one's not threaded in right either. It like starts, but the thread pitch is probably different. So we're gonna go out to the junkyard, see if we can find that piece off a rack and put that on there. But yeah, this is about the progress we're at right now. So soon we're gonna, next step, we're probably gonna get all this stuff put together, get the clearance right here, see if we can push this in a little bit more, get the air hammer, see if we can just knock that in some room for the turbo, get the front facing manifold, and basically plumb everything out. Get the radiator, plumb up the radiator hoses, power steering lines, remote mount the power steering reservoir. Then gotta order a drive shaft. Probably gonna truck is back together, has an engine in it. Need the, yeah, don't mind the sketchy stuff like this and this thing. I have to put in a catch can because I do have Corvette heads from an earlier Corvette, so it has a bit more you know, stuff that I need to plug up. So I'm gonna install the catch can, probably put it over in the corner or somewhere. but need a catch can and a tune, and this thing is be ready to go, and get it registered and be on the road. So all right, so yeah, that's basically where we at right now. So there's just a couple more things we're probably gonna have to order a drive shaft. Probably gonna call up the guys at Drive Shaft Pro, because I don't want to order a drive shaft and it not fit. So probably call the guys down at in California at Drive Shaft Pro. I heard a lot of good things about them. So it's like another one of those things you can't cheap out on. So probably gonna hit those guys up, see if we can get a drive shaft made for this thing. Make sure it fits the proper way, because I'm pretty sure them guys are cool. From what I've seen, you just tell them what you got, and they pretty much, know what they're doing. So I'll go ahead and call those guys up, get the drive shaft made, see how long that's gonna take to get here. We gotta order a wiring harness from Wiring Specialties and an ECU. So once we get that, we should be able to, first start, and I have to get some coil packs. So ordering some Audi coils, and then yeah, because I wasn't lucky enough to find some at the junkyard, because I tried to find some. Seen a bunch of Audis and 1.8 Ts, but no, the coil packs were gone by then. So gonna order some coil packs, order a harness, order ECU, order a drive shaft. Need some more lines, E85 sensor, flex fuel sensor, and then we should be good for first startup. I can't wait for that. So should be once we get all that stuff in, should be a smooth and steady process, and then all that's left is trying to find someone to tune this thing. So if you guys want to keep staying tuned, keeping up with the build, I think probably some more stuff to come to the channel. I think I'm probably going to be getting a bike next. Might fix a bike, never know. Just let me let me know what you guys want to see. We'll try to make something shake. But like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more. Yeah, Certified Z Boy, we out of here.